Ladies and gentlemen,
Unsolved Mysteries.
yeah. Y'all know that block where I'm from, at any time it get ill. And if you don't believe me, then come and see this shit real. I run with real niggas, and they itching to kill. We got niggas that's paralyzed and they can't sit still. Chill.
Something's about to happen, Captain. This is more than rapping. Pistols clapping, the club's in the frenzy, it's cause and effect. Let's go. You'll be the end result of envy. This is for my niggas and my bitches. Throw your hands up before I blow your mans up. I'm on the west side of the Queen City, where the smokers bring 50 and quarts of night grills so they can lean with me. Normally stay solo, but today I brought my team with me. In the 45, in case y'all dudes wanna get mean with me.
Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's Remain Nameless Stories Part 5. Remain Nameless Stories Part 5. Guess who's coming to dinner? Guess who's coming to dinner? Y'all know how I start this off every morning. You got breath, so you blessed, you living, so start giving. Give love to yourself. Give so much love to yourself to as if you pouring, overflowing with love, and you could give love to somebody else respectfully. Y'all know what it is. Once again, positive energy always creates elevation. You motivate yourself in the morning so you can create elevation in the evening. So you can create elevation in the evening. Once again, you motivate yourself in the morning so you can elevate yourself in the evening. Today's Remain Nameless Stories Part 5 will be about two individuals, and guess who's coming to dinner? Guess who's coming to dinner, ladies and gentlemen. Now, consider the fact that these individuals remain nameless, we will give these individuals some new names. So today's Remain Nameless Stories Part 5 will be involving Derek and Frank. Derek and Frank. Nah, Derek and Derek and yeah, I'll just say Derek and Eric, man. Derek and Eric, right? Derek and Eric. Shouts out to Derek and Eric, right? God damn it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, guess who's coming to dinner? Remain Nameless Stories Part 5, starring Derek and Eric. This particular story takes place about, say, like 1990, somewhere around there, somewhere in that era, right? You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in the era of, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, single moms, you know what I mean, getting the, you know, the single mom movie, you know, that whole, like, the whole, what I would consider, the whole feminine movement where, you know, women were, you know, I mean, coming into their own, like starting to be, you know, women starting to, you know, gain some type of independence, so would you say, right? All right, cool. It was during that particular time where women getting independence, women having jobs, women living single, women taking care of families, you know, the single mother household thing is like, you know, really taking shape at this particular at this particular time, right? Now, Derek lived with his moms, you know what I'm saying? His mom's got a good job, you know what I'm saying? She able to provide. His father's not in his home. I think his father lives out of town, you know what I'm saying? His father basically, you know, out of state, but he sent money, you know what I'm saying? Definitely pays child support, whatever the case may be, blah, say, blah. Now, Eric, you know what I'm saying? Eric, you know what I mean? He got both of his parents, you know what I'm saying? He got his moms and his dad, and he got like two brothers and a sister. You know what I'm saying? So it's Eric, his two brothers and his sister, his moms and his pops, and then you got Derek, where it's just him and his moms, right? Now, Derek and Eric go to school together. Now, Derek kind of do. You know what I'm saying? Derek just moved. I mean, you know how that go. Derek just moved to the neighborhood or whatever the case may be. Now, Eric been there for a while. You know what I'm saying? He been chilling, doing what he doing, whatever the case may be. Now, Derek come, you know what I'm saying? Derek and Eric become friends. You feel what I mean? Real good friends. They chilling. They all. I mean, they always kicking it. They go to school. You know what I'm saying? Now they doing that. You know when you become friends. So first you start off, y'all always hanging out at school or whatever the case may be. You know, y'all doing y'all little 1-2s at school or whatever the case may be. So one day, you know, they get cool, they chilling, you know what I'm saying? They always do that. People, let me tell you about my best friend. Now, Derek and Eric, these niggas is together all the time. These niggas chilling all the time. You know what I'm saying? They cool, whatever. They got everything going on, right? So one day, you know what I'm saying? You know, with two kids being cool, they become best friends. Oh, that's my best friend. You feel what I'm saying? One day, you know, they playing the game and, you know that question come up. Ask your motherfucker stay tonight. Y'all know how that went back in the day. Ask your motherfucker stay tonight. You know, y'all sit there playing the game. You know what I mean? Y'all be having y'all fun. You know what I'm saying? It's getting late. This thing. I mean, you know, you gonna have to go home in a while. Y'all been working all night to finish that level or whatever the case may be, right? So like, let your motherfucker spend the night. All right, cool. So, you know, Derek and Eric, I mean, his mom said, yeah, boom, we spend the night at Derek's house. They cool. Everything good, right? Everything cool. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? Now, it comes to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you know, now it's vice versa, right? Now, Eric always go to Derek's house. You know what I'm saying? Derek never really, you know what I'm saying? Derek really never was at Eric's house all the time. You know what I'm saying? It was always Eric always at Derek's house because Eric was using, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, well, I ain't gonna say he was using, but Eric was going to Derek's house because, you know what I mean, he was just so used to, I mean, well, he wanted somewhere to be outside of his house. You see what I'm saying? His house, it was always somebody, I mean, it was always something going on at his house. His house wasn't as quiet as Derek's house. Derek's house, just him and his moms, and we go over to Derek's house, just him, Derek, and his moms. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, a whole nother slew of things going on. So he was kind of more, I mean, he was comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? Comfortable being at Derek's house. He like being at Derek's house because it's different from being at his house, right? So, you know, it come that time where, you know what I'm saying, Derek like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Let's stay at your house. Let me see. I want to stay at your house. Take it with your brothers, so on and so forth. So he like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, but you know what I'm saying? It ain't I mean, it's different at my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's always something going on at my house. You know what I'm saying? I always got to do this. It's always a chore, so that got to be done at my house, whatever, blah, 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 right? So Derek, like, yeah, man, all right, that's cool, man, but I'll be bored at my house. I was it's kind of boring at my house. I'm tired of my house. I want to go to, I want to go somewhere else now. Cool. So following weekend, you know what I'm saying? It's Friday, they get out of school, da 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 da. Now they got plans on, you know what I'm saying? Derek got plans on spending the night at Eric's house, so on and so forth. Da, 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 da. Now, mind you, these are two different things, right? These two different people, these two different households. So the households are run different, right? So boom, Eric kind of got like Eric got structure to his day or whatever. They got structure over there because they eat dinner at a certain time. They do things at certain times, so on and so forth. It's not as loose, or it's not as loose as Derek's house. You know what I'm saying? Eric's house is a little more tight. Shit, I mean, the ship is ran a little more tighter because more people, more things got to get done, so on and so forth. At Derek's house, it's not that much because just him and his mom, so they don't really, you know what I'm saying? It's not really that type of thing. And plus, his mom's be working and stuff like that, so she don't really have a set schedule to do certain things with him, and so on and so forth, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Boom. They get out of school, you know what I'm saying? They both go home. I mean, Derek go get his clothes from his house, you know what I'm saying? Boom. They run over to Eric's house, you know what I'm saying? Drop his clothes off because then they going to the to the boys club. You know what I'm saying? They are after school, everybody go to the boys club, hang out at the boys club, play basketball, you know, shoot pool, foosball, bumper pool, all that at the club, make arts and crafts and stuff at the club. So they go to the club. It'll be before they go to the club. So then they go to the club. They go to Eric house, they get everything ready for the club. So when they get ready for the club, you know what I'm saying? Eric moms is like, yo, make sure you home. I mean, make sure y'all get back in time for dinner. So he like, okay, cool, da da da. They leave out, da 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 da, so on and so forth. So you know what I'm saying? They making their way up the street, so on and so forth. I mean, so Eric asked, I mean, D asked Eric, D like, yo, you gotta go. I mean, like y'all eat dinner at like the same time, almost like every day. And Eric, like, yeah, we even be having like a menu. You know what I'm saying? Like on Fridays, we have like our French Fridays. On Mondays, sometimes we have Taco Tuesdays, and Saturdays we have this, or you know what I'm saying? Saturdays is kind of like a fit for itself, or a leftover day. On Sunday, we have Sunday dinner, so on and so forth, blase, blah, da, 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 da. So Eric, like, oh, wow, that's interesting. I never, you know what I'm saying? I never been involved in nothing like that, right? So they go to the club. I mean, they go to the boys' club. They play basketball. They have their fun. You know what I'm saying? It's time for them to go back. They go back. And they go back to Eric Couch. You know what I'm saying? They all sit down at the table. You know what I'm saying? They all, get cleaned up for dinner or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They all sit down at the table to eat. You know what I'm saying? They go back to play their video games, so on and so forth, right? So Derek is kind of intrigued by all this. You know what I'm saying? Derek is ecstatic about this. This is like something really, really new to Derek. You know what I'm saying? Derek never really sat down at the table with his brother. And I mean, never really experienced nothing where individuals sitting down at the table, talking, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Laughing, joking, just having family time. Talk about school, talk about certain things, talk about life, just being able to, you know what I'm saying, just sit down, chop it up with older, with parents or whatever the case may be, just to sit down and have just like a decent conversation with parents, because he was just the type of person, you know what I'm saying, he you know what I'm saying, you stay in a child's place, you know what I mean, when grown folks is talking, you shut up, you don't really say too much, you don't get to do this, that, the third. Now, mind you, you know what I'm saying, that is a good thing to teach your kids. I'm not saying that's not a good thing to teach your kids. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, when it's a situation like that where you at a table and you have a conversation, when you're not young and you sit down and you have a conversation with older people, or you kind of see a grown person come down to like what we would consider like a normal level. Because back then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of parents didn't play. They did sure wasn't playing with the white kids neither. You know what I'm saying? They might laugh and joke every once in a while, but you know, for the most part, niggas weren't playing with the white kids. Or they weren't joking around with the white kids, not unless they do the kids' parents, so on and so forth. So, you know, there go over to E House, you know what I'm saying? They had dinner, whatever, they Derek go back home, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Now, Derek, you know what I'm saying, is envious of Eric. It's not that he don't have physical things. It's not like he hurting for nothing. He got clothes, he got video games, he got everything he need. You see what I'm saying? But he missing, you know what I'm saying? He never knew what he was missing in regard. He didn't know what he was missing in regards to like family, like a family structure. He never experienced having like a family structure. He got a dose of having a family structure and was like, oh my God, this is dope. You know what I'm saying? This is cool. You know what I'm saying? I would love to, you know what I'm saying, have a brother or sister, or you know what I'm saying, just be able to sit down, you know what I'm saying, with my moms and chop it up and have dinner. Like my mom's come in, she feed me, or I eat whatever it is, then she sleep because she work all the time. I don't ever really get a chance to talk and have a camaraderie with my moms. My pops is gone. You feel what I'm saying? He out of state. He don't even live in the same state that I am. You know what I'm saying? My mom's always working, so I don't really get a good rapport or have any time or like family time with my parents. So you feel what I'm saying? He has this thing now. You know what I'm saying? He kind of like got this chip on his shoulder. Now, consider the fact he got this chip on his shoulder, he's acting a certain type of way now. You know what I'm saying? Like him and A is still cool, but he got a chip on his shoulders because he's a bit envious of Eric, because Eric, you know what I'm saying? Eric got a family, Eric got his brothers and whatnot. Da 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 da. So we're gonna wrap this story up in a bit because we got to get to the reason for this story, right? So Eric is pissed. I mean, Derek is pissed at Eric because, you know what I'm saying? Well, Eric, oh goodness, Derek feels a certain type of way about Eric because Eric has a family structure. Eric got family, and Derek don't have that, and he's a bit jealous. You know what I'm saying? He don't know how. He don't have no emotional stability. So his emotions is all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Instead of him just addressing the situation, he's feeling a certain type of way about the situation because I mean he's just envious of the individual. You know what I'm saying? He wants what somebody else has, and he doesn't have it, and there's really no way that he can possibly get it. So him knowing that, I guess he just decided that he was just going to, I mean, kind of like take it out on his friend. So one day, Eric, and their friends playing football, whatever. Now, mind you, Derek and Eric, they tight as Steve. I mean, at this time, they tight, they thick as Steve's. You know what I'm saying? They do what they do, but Derek been harboring this particular feeling about Eric for some time now, but he never said nothing to Eric. He never really said nothing about it. He never really expressed the feeling in regards to the situation. So him and Eric, Derek and Eric get into it. They playing football. Derek threw like a real like hard like weird pass, and it was just couldn't be. I mean, it couldn't be caught. Whatever. It was just a wackadoodle pass that Derek threw to E. E couldn't catch it. D like, yo, you mad trash, you can't play, da 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 da. So he just started spazzing on E. E like, yo, man, nigga, you threw the joint like way loud. Like, how the fuck you expect me to catch that, bro? I couldn't catch that, bro. You bugging, da 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 da. And then D like, yo, that's why I can't stand you. You always think you all that, man. You think because you got this, that, and the third. You think you because you got. I mean, just because you do this, that, and the third, you ain't better than nobody else. Don't nobody care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got it. I mean, that's why you have sit up. And I mean, like he literally like tried to mock it and make it seem like it was something to be made fun of. Like Derek literally mocked Eric and was like, "Yeah, that's why y'all sit down like a TV show and be having dinner. Like who sit down at the table and have dinner? We in the hood. Y'all be having dinner in the hood." Like, and it was like he trying to get laughs and he trying to make people feel a certain type of way about Eric going home and having some type of family structure and making it seem like it's a bad thing just because he don't have it and he's envious of it. He's envious of the fact that Eric got a family. He's envious of the fact that Derek could call his dad or he can see his dad. He got his dad right there. You know what I'm saying? He's envious of the fact that his Bob's is right there. You know what I'm saying? He's envious of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, his brothers and sisters is there. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, his form of entertainment is not always video games and so on and so forth. He was kind of jealous of the fact that he was getting, I mean, that he had chores, he had things to do, he had responsibilities and things like that. And he had like it seemed like he had purpose. Derek didn't feel like he had no purpose. Derek just felt like he was there being a kid. Eric had purpose. When he seen his friend Eric, his friend Eric just seemed like he had purpose. You know what I'm saying? Well, he did have purpose because he had things to do. He had things. He had goals. I guess he had goals. He had things he wanted to do. Not saying that Derek didn't have goals, things he wanted to do, but you know, with that being said, when you grow up in a house like that, sometimes you got chores and stuff like that, and you separate those things. Everything that was going on in Derek's house, he was handling on his own. It was just him and his Bob. So the garbage had to get taken out, he had to take it out. If the dishes was to get done, he had to do the dishes. You know what I'm saying? When cleaning had to go, he was the only one cleaning. I mean, it was just him and his, I mean, a lot of times it was just him. It wasn't even him and his Bobs. It was just him. So he didn't get the camaraderie of hanging up, being waking up on a Saturday morning with your brothers and sisters, cleaning the house, listening to, you know what I'm saying, records that your mom's playing. You feel what I mean? He didn't get that type of vibe. He wasn't privileged to that vibe. And because of the fact he wasn't privileged to that vibe, and once he was amongst that particular vibe, he didn't know how to handle that particular situation. And then therefore, you know what I'm saying, he went and lashed out on his friend behind it. They fell out, they had a fight or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? They fought about it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They were still friends, but that's something that's probably, I mean, I don't know whether or not I don't know if he ever really hashed that out with them. You feel what I mean? I don't know if Derek ever really, you know what I'm saying, figured that out. I don't even know if Derek actually would even look to see if that, you know what I'm saying, what was really going on with that. So I say that to say this. We need we gotta get that, we gotta get home back. We gotta start establishing homes again. We gotta start establishing camaraderie again. We got to start, you know what I mean, establishing community again. You feel what I mean? Because it doesn't, money and physical things does not equate to what you can provide an individual just through those type of those things. I'm not saying you got to have a gang of kids. I ain't saying you got to have uh uh a Cosby Show type of family or something like that. No, I'm not saying that because I mean it is what it is. It will be beautiful. It'll be a beautiful thing if we could have things or have get that family structure or get a lot of our homes or at least get half of our homes. I would say at least 50%. If we could get at least 50% of our homes to be, what I'm saying, well structured homes with a mother, a father, you know what I'm saying, with a male, a female, you know what I'm saying, and the kids. You feel what I'm saying? Because at this point, I'm not really trying to be, what's the word I'm saying? Well, basically, I'm put it like this: we've lost too much to be trying to depict who or worry about whether or not a kid is biologically yours and whether or not you should be looking to help raise them and or out of the home. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. Like we got to be looking to help raise children in and out of the home, even if the children. I mean, just because they not are they just because they not biologically yours, don't they still children at the day at the end of the day. Whether or not the person that provide the whether or not the person that's the reason why they here is looking out, or if they still here, doesn't matter because that child that do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? That child is innocent, dollars. That child didn't do nothing to nobody. That child doesn't deserve that. That child deserves every opportunity just as well as any other child. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing with me. I really think like at this point in life, we really need to start, figuring out how we get some type of solid structure in regards to our families. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody, I ain't saying everybody got to be together because there was a lot of things that was done out of trauma and things like that. I'm not saying you got to be with the person. I'm not saying you got to be, I'm not saying you got to be with the person. I'm just saying, yep. I say that to say this, like, at some, because I don't know where I cut out at, y'all. I do not know where I cut out at. So I say it like this: it's like we need some type of family, man. We need some type of family. We got to have some type of family structure, man. Everybody running out here around here nilly willy, just doing what they want to do because they want to do it, and everybody want to be independent. That's not gonna work, man. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? We stronger together at the end of the day. So if we want to be stronger, we're gonna have to come together. We can be strong as individuals. We always gonna be strong as individuals. Let's not take that. Let's take that from us. Let's just come together as individuals to be stronger individuals. Let's come together as people to be stronger people. Let's come together so we can start, creating real structure, creating real families. You know what I mean? So we get to the bottom of some of these issues, so we can get to some of these issues that we need to address. We have to stop placing trauma on ourselves. We have to stop putting ourselves in traumatizing situations. We have to start putting others in traumatizing situations. And, we got to start helping heal ourselves as well as our culture. We are hurt and we need healing as a culture. And it all starts at home first. It all starts at home, man. Home is where the heart at, man. You feel what I mean? So just know and understand that home is where the heart at, man. And let's try to help, create some homes so individuals feel homely. You know what I mean? Start welcoming people in. Let's start doing things whereas if we start having some homes. A lot of individuals need homes, man. Like I said, these children need this is what it's for. These children need homes. So y'all individuals running out here, y'all having kids or whatever the case may be, to each his or her own. But let's just know and understand that when we place these responsibilities, or now that these responsibilities are out here, now that these children are out here, it's our responsibility to make sure that they have a home. it's a responsibility to make sure that they have, you know what I'm saying, some type of structure, some type of guidance. Where that particular guidance comes from is crucial as well. Sometimes, you know, I wish we could get all of the knowledge and wisdom from the mother, the father. The mother and father could get along and things of that nature, and you know, stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, it's really it's a lot more individuals that don't get along that get along nowadays, and that's just sad. And they can't even get along on the behalf of the kids because it's just so much going on. There's so much going on that needs to be addressed. You feel what I mean? There's so many individuals, there's so many single home parents out here, and there's so many individuals out here that's just, you know, living for self, wanting to do for self, and it's just such a selfish, you know what I'm saying, world we living in right now. Whereas if having a community and having that love and getting that type of support is gonna be few and far between. Because everybody gonna be looking to themselves, I mean, looking out for themselves, quote unquote, but not looking into themselves. I wouldn't mind if everybody was just on some mental health, like let's get our minds right. If everybody just wanted to go and get their mind right, that'd be cool. I'll be okay with that. But individuals don't want to go get their mind right. Individuals don't want to figure out what traumas that they have. Individuals don't want to go figure out nothing that they got going on. Everybody is okay. This is the problem. Everybody okay. Everybody not okay. Everybody not okay. If you raising your kids by yourself and you won't have your baby daddy, or you the baby daddy and your baby mom's not there to help raise the kids not okay. The kids don't understand it was two people that brought them here. And it's only one person that's around. You don't know what type of you don't know. Go find out. If you don't know, go find out. Please, respectfully, because like I said, these kids, they need their moms, they need their dads. Having siblings, those things are very, very detrimental in regards to the growth of an individual and how an individual feels. Because like the story says, like my man, like the story I just told, Derek, he only had his moms. He was able to get everything, the new J's, the new sneakers, whatever. Everything seems like it was good. He was good at one point, until he realized, or until he went among some individuals that was living a whole different lifestyle that he wasn't living, and he didn't know. He was envious of it. He never sat down at a table with his family and had dinner before, and talked to his moms and laughed and joked and talked about TV shows and stuff like. He never did that before. He never had his, you know what I'm saying, his moms and his dad, you know what I'm saying, they all sitting down having movie night as a family. He never did that before. And no slight to his moms. His moms did whatever was necessary in regards to making sure he was all right. She had to work. She was a single parent mom. She had to work. She had to put food on the table. She had to do what she had to do. And she felt like, you know, the best way she can compensate for her absence was providing him with the video games, making sure he got a couple of dollars in his pocket, making sure he clean, anything and everything he asked for. She pretty much want to make sure she can provide for it. But the thing of it is that the things that he was asking for was the things that he wanted, but he wasn't aware of what he really needed as a kid. And sometimes, you know, parents can't provide those things, but it'd be nice if individuals could have those, sit down and have those conversations so individuals actually really know what's going on. If an individual, if a kid is in a single parent household, you feel what I'm saying? It'll be good to know, okay, well, this is where my dad, this is why this is not the case. This is why this is why this is that. You feel what I'm saying? So they don't feel slighted. So they don't feel like don't nobody care about them, or somebody abandoned them, or somebody utilize them as a bargaining tool to get what they want. Or you feel what I'm saying? You know, sometimes, you know, individuals going out and they bash the other parent or whatever. Oh, they ain't such and such, or they ain't this, or they ain't that. Nah. Let's not do that. You feel what I'm saying? Let's not do that at all. Let's just figure out how we can start getting hoes, and we can start creating family, and we can start constructing some construct in regards to our communities, man. Because it's gonna start there, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna start. I mean, we have to build communities. Like I said, and a family is not. I'm saying just individuals to be. And when I say family, I don't mean necessarily everybody gotta have. I mean, everybody gotta have their mama and their daddy and no. When I say family, I mean a community of people, a community of people where they can get, you know what I'm saying, certain advice from other people. They can go to other people, you know what I'm saying? They can have, the mentorships and things of that nature, man, for these kids to be able to go to. Some of these kids don't have no dad. Some of these kids don't have no stepdad. Let's just try to see if we can find some type of male influence for them to have. Give them a male influence to look up to. Give them feel what I'm saying? That void can be filled. It can't be filled all the way. It could be part. I mean, if we could do something to try to help. That's all I'm saying. You're never going to be able to fill the void of a child feeling the absence of their parent. That's something that we can never do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just an emotional bond that they have with their parents that, that they just have to figure out and that them and their parents have to get through. Outside of that, though, we can still, motivate them, show them that they love, show them that they care for, show them that they worth, they have a worth. I think the reason why these children run around here acting like they ain't worth nothing because ain't nobody ever told them what they was worth. Or nobody ever showed them what they was worth. If nobody ever show you what you're worth, I mean, if nobody explains you worth, sometimes everybody need a little reminder. Remind these children that, you know what I'm saying, they are our future, you know what I'm saying? Teach them well and let them lead the way. Let them lead the way, man. Show these kids all the beauties they possess inside, man. Shouts out to Whitney Houston. But, you know what I'm saying, get them a sense of pride, man, to make it easier, man. Word. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is, man. And I really think, you know what I'm saying, us as human beings, us as individuals, man, let's really start getting these families back together, man. And when I mean family, I mean the whole community. I'm not just saying the families at home, the whole community. Let the whole community be the family. Your neighbors, let's get this big giant family going back on. Whereas if, you know what I'm saying, I know you know what I mean, where we all look out for each other. And I know your mama, right? That's where we need to get back to. I know your mama, right? Where your kids can't go nowhere without somebody knowing their mama or somebody knowing somebody. So if they even think about cutting up, you know what I'm saying? It's just we'll catch more than less. And some of y'all parents need to stop putting these kids up on some pedestal like they holier than thou. But some of these kids, they ain't holy. I mean, some of these kids, they ain't holier than thou. Sometimes y'all gotta start. Y'all gotta start owning up to the fact that y'all kids need some help too. We all need some help. So stop trying to coddle your kid because you know what I'm saying you feel a certain type of way about your ways and actions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get these families together. Let's get these structures together. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these communities together. Let's get these neighborhoods together. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that going on in other communities. We're the only community that does that. It's a reason. Let's find out what that reason is. I just want to go back to the old school. I just want to go back to I just want to go back to when it was fun, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go back to where, you know what I'm saying, we could just live. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't worried about nothing. We was worried about, we weren't worried about nothing. There were certain things, you know what I'm saying, that could have happened, but it's for the most part, we weren't worried as a community. We wasn't worried as individuals, man. We knew we had a fight to fight. So again, ladies and gentlemen, man, no one understand that, we need families, man. We all gotta come together, man. We all gotta come together, sit at the table and talk, man. We all can't be at separate tables and, you know what I'm saying, eating when we want to. Sometimes we gotta come to the table and sit down and talk, man. Sometimes you gotta come to the table and sit down and talk, man. Because you never know. You never know what's going on in somebody's head. You never know what somebody's going through. You never know. And again, like I said, like, I mean, Derek was cool at first. But once he got that aesthetic of what it was like to be a part of a family, that was something he earned. That's something he wanted. You feel what I mean? In which I don't blame him. In which I do not blame him at all. You feel what I'm saying? So, let's try to make sure nobody feels left out. You know what I'm saying? No man left behind. I don't want no children or no kids out here to feel like they left behind or feel like they, unworthy or feel like like they're being slighted. I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's somebody out here, man. Everybody needs somebody to love them, man. For real. So that was my Remain Nameless story, part 5, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these households together, man. Guess who's coming to dinner, man? Let's get our households in order, man. Let's get these families together, man. And I mean, like, when I say family, I mean like neighborly family, man. Let's all just try to help each other out in whatever ways we can in regards to helping out, man. For real. So if you know it's if you know it's a female, and, I'm saying she a single mom. You know, oh no, I can't. Cause there's some. Oh man, I'll get into that later, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that later, man. I'm gonna get into all that later. Respectfully, I'm gonna get into all that later in regards to my Tipsy Tuesdays, man. And yeah, I'm about to be up out of here because I gotta go get these donuts, man. Shouts out to everybody. Y'all know my motto: positive energy always creates elevation. Motivate yourself in the morning so you can elevate yourself in the evening. Know and understand you living, so start giving. Give love and life to yourself. Give so much love and life to yourself to where it overflows, and therefore it trickles on, and love and life is just basically spread amongst the individuals around you. Individuals around you can just pick up on the love that the excess love that you're pouring into yourself that you can no longer contain, and therefore they can have love too, man. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how we doing that. Y'all know what it is. I will be out tonight, Tipsy Tuesdays with Blaze and Blended. Y'all know what it is. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk, fellas. We gotta talk about it, man. Y'all got fellas. Fellas, man. Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, we gonna talk about it tonight, man. Fellas, man. Chill. We gotta chill as fuck. Chill, man. Chill. You know what I'm saying? Chill. Chill. You know what I'm saying? Get them ants out your pants. That's what we gonna call that one. Ants in your pants. We got ants in your pants coming out. Coming down this Tipsy Tuesdays. We outside, man. Shouts out to everybody. Positive energy always creates elevation. No one understand that. It's always creating elevation. Positive energy is always creating elevation. Motivate yourself in the morning so you can elevate yourself in the evening. That's my form of achieving. Respectfully. So, y'all stay up, stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Get to them donuts, think about something positive, be positive all the time. It's all about positivity. It's all about your perspective. The glass is half full, and you're gonna fill it up even more. To where is it overflow? You understand? Glass is half full. We got love. We starting off with love. We gonna pour more love. We got a lot of love to give. You know what I'm saying? We got room for more love. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gotta look at it. If there's any room, if love ain't filling the room, let's fill the room. The room ain't empty. It just need to be filled. It just doesn't. It don't. We got more love we can add in. We got more love we can pour into it. Respectfully. So I'm out of here, man. Motivate yourself. Let's get these families together, y'all. Let's get these families together.